around for 20 minutes before I start the show. Because it's much more inconvenient now. We love it. We're out here in the frickin' rain in the hell of the middle of nowhere, adjusting settings for the new YouTube live show that we hate change. We hate change. Yeah, I'm a conservative. Or maybe not. I don't know. Anyway, what's going on here? I'm trying to set up the phone so we can do our live show. We are literally in the bush. All you hear in the background is a generator running. Maybe a little black dog. Or a big black dog. And we're going to do questions and go live. What the heck? Whew. Oh my goodness. Look at this. Look how bad that is. So it's pitch black, bright. I'm with Kyle. So I'm out here to... Now it goes dark. Now it goes bright. This is amazing. I love this technology.
I don't know what...
It's raining. You'll hear little droplets of water. So the plan right now is... it's October. It's highest risk. I'm going to get closer. It's highest risk, highest reward, which means it snows, the weather goes to hell, it's freezing cold out here. But all my Sasquatch videos have been filmed in October. I have super high hopes for this year. I'm out here to orientate Kyle. Kyle, when was the last time you were out here?
Last year this time.
Last year this time. So, orientating Kyle to all the new stuff. He's taking out Sasquatch Odyssey. And are we telling the other person, their expeditioner?
Yeah.
And his father.
Yeah.
So he'll have two people out here just next week. And but the big news is, so this week it's his expedition. So I'm going to leave him after I orientate him, show him a couple of cool things, the Penner Playground, some places to go. And then this weekend he's going to try to go where?
Top of radium.
Top of radium.
Finally.
So, oh yeah, he's had some failed attempts due to weather. Literally, guys, if it snows and the weather goes to hell, you can't get up there because you'll die.
Yep.
So it's cliffs and a sheer climb. It's very, very dangerous. It's mountain goat territory. Literally, we follow a mountain goat path.
Yeah.
Up and down into the up into the mountains. That's what Survivor Man did. You can see it on the Radium episode, Survivor Man Bigfoot. Where Survivor Man filmed the top of the head of a Sasquatch. It had tremendous success with Sasquatch. Kyle is freezing his ass off today.
Yep.
He may not be able to...
me shivering and him coughing, you guys are going to have an awesome stream today.
I'm not coughing. I'm not sick at all. Yeah, I am. Thanks to the expeditioners last week who had to put up with me being sick.
We got people from Texas, Ohio. Sweet.
Oh, yeah. We have people from all over. Our show is international. As soon as someone from Australia, UK, or anywhere around the world tunes in.
UK right there.
There we go. We're international, ladies and gentlemen. I better put my hat on straight. Woo! So, hello to you both from the UK. Thank you. The UK expeditioners were excellent this year. Did you leave your guns at home? We're not talking about guns because we're in Canada, and who knows what the hell the law is this week. In Canada, we who have guns and like guns can't stand our Prime Minister, and most of us can't stand our Prime Minister anyways. He is a piece of garbage. We don't like him. If we get murdered today, thank you, Justin Trudeau.
Yep,
I can't have my handgun anymore to defend myself against mountain lions and bears and charging moose. Thanks, Justin Trudeau, you piece of garbage. No more Bigfoot research. Brazil is in the house.
Sweet.
We need questions, guys. So, actually, Kyle was just showing me literally this tree, this double tree.
Right here.
That's where he actually had his Sasquatch sighting last year. So, we've literally had like serious sightings and stuff all around from where we are. Anthony says, Kyle, hello. James Penner, good evening, sir.
Candy.
Thanks for tuning in. Tim from Ohio. What's the tallest tree break you've ever seen?
That one.
That one's pretty tall.
What about that birch? Is that birch tree? Are we going to consider that a tree break?
It is.
Up on Elk Trail?
Yeah, it is. But I think that one's still higher.
Think so?
Yeah, 25 feet. How high is the birch one, do you think?
Probably
the
30.
one that's on the elk. Oh,
yeah,
God.
yeah, the one up there.
So 30 feet. I literally think that the Sasquatch climbed it to climb the tree and did it. Because that on the birch tree, it was a thick birch tree. The one over here, though, he can't climb the tree, which is perplexing. The tree is only like 3 inches thick at the bottom. By the time you get to the break, it's 2.5 inches. And none of the branches are broken, so I don't even know how I don't know how to doing it. Someone suggested bending the tree. I don't think that's even possible. But yeah, 25 feet in the air. Really, really impressive stuff. Hello from down south. Hello, southern United States. Hello from Pennsylvania. All over the United States. Your cough sounds worse. I'm sorry. I just can't stop working. This is high time for expeditions. I have a 14-year-old and a 5-year-old, so a kindergartner and a teenager. They went to school, and guess what they came back from the germ factory with? Sickness. I'm sorry. Todd seems to be always coughing. I'm not always coughing.
You're gonna get called out this whole live stream.
Easy on the coughing, please. I've been healthy for months. Months and months. Hello, London, Ontario. Idaho, thank you. Hello, Todd and Kyle. Zach, if you're watching this, we're going to call you right after the
What's
live
up,
show.
Zach?
You're going to call him on your phone? Do you
Yeah,
want
I
to
call him.
Okay, you can only use Wi-Fi out here. We're in the hella middle of nowhere. Thank you, Elon Musk, and your Starlink, because we are in the hella middle of nowhere. Like there's, hey, no, there's nobody around. You will not see anybody. No vehicles will drive anywhere around here. It's we are alone in the wilderness. Chattanooga, South Texas. Hello, Royal. Look at that. Hi, James. Hi, Andy. Ashley, hopefully you'll come on today. I'll call you, Ashley, right after the show. Hey, guys, good to see you from Laura. Subscribe. Thank you, Andy. Just an observation. Don't have any questions yet. So, what I'm going to do with Kyle, the Penner Playground, which is, oh my God, the structures that are out there are so phenomenal. X's. Just amazing. And it's James Penner that's on here. He's the one that really literally discovered it.
Yep.
What's amazing, I got to show you the structure. James, I don't think James saw the structure. Maybe he did. No, you didn't see the single structure with surrounded by tree breaks. It's in the hell of middle of nowhere. The people that I take to it go, how the hell did you find this? I just went on a little quest in the middle of nowhere in the bush. So, but what's interesting about the structures that I found out here this year is the two of them that are most viewable, I guess. I wish it would stop auto going dark and black.
It's probably just from that shade.
Are built off a tree break. So how amazing is that? I've never seen that before. So very, very interesting. Todd, you're in the middle of somewhere. James, that's the middle of nowhere.
Technically.
Is it somewhere?
I guess it would be.
It's kind of in the middle of nowhere.
It could be both.
Hi from California. Todd, question. As a Marine, what skills do you use from being a Marine with your... I'm not a Marine. No. I'm not military. I've trained with military, and I have lots of military people I've worked with. I was trained, so I have experience with Canadian snipers, American snipers, and South African snipers, who were absolutely amazing.
I hear that question a lot, actually. People are like, oh, what military branch are you in, and who did he train with?
No. Trained by. And literally, I do counter-surveillance, survival, evasion, and escape techniques. That's it. I don't do any gun work. So when it comes to distance... Yes,
that's for the American.
He's the gun work, right? So counter-surveillance, survival, evasion, escape techniques, that's all sniper training. And then, but most of my wilderness skills, like in military, they don't teach like animals and bears and wolves and behaviors and how to stay safe and what attracts them and so that kind of stuff is Cree. Northern Cree Indian are the majority. That's where my skill set comes from for sure. So I was trained by a Northern Cree elder who was actually a Assiniboine. He had some Kootenai Indian in him, native in him as well, but he was at least half Northern Cree. His name was Muskwa, which means bear, and he was called Two Bears or Running Bears, were his native names. So, Todd, I'm your fan. Toddy, this is Miss Tandoori Patriot. Thank you. I appreciate. Hey, I really appreciate people. Todd, what's the update on your drone? Waiting for footage.
It's raining.
Yeah,
that's the update.
Yeah, we were gonna fly it today, and you can't when it's raining. So you got all these parameters, right? You can't fly it when it's crazy windy. You can't fly it when it's rainy. You can't fly it when it's hot. Like the reality. See, everybody has this big fantasy about how everything's magic and rainbows, and you fly the drone up, and you'll go 20 kilometers. First time, boom, there's a Sasquatch. It doesn't work that way. Not by a long shot. Hell, last week I had a gentleman who was on an expedition who actually had his own drone exactly like mine. He flew it and saw a wolf. That wolf bolted. He heard the drone sound. He was like, bye. So the other thing is what animals will tolerate it. And now I know black bears do. Grizzly bears are half and half. They seem to kind of run or not. The elk and deer tolerate it. The moose tolerate it. So just learning my lessons, guys, because this has never been done before. These animals, when a drone comes over them, this has never happened before. They've never experienced this. Yeah. So how many sightings have you had this year compared to the past years? I haven't really taken stock.
I feel like this year's been more active for you, because like you found the Penner Playground, you found even more tree breaks. You've already had how many sightings this year?
I don't know.
We only had 3 or 4 last year.
I think,
including mine.
I think more sightings this year.
Yeah.
More sightings last year.
Oh,
yeah, or maybe the year before. I'm getting them confused. But interactions have been amazing. Like almost every, you know what? I can't account for one. Okay, so I can say this. I haven't had one expedition where I haven't had a Sasquatch around me. That's been substantiated with evidence. So, but the slowest expedition seemed to be the one I was burned out of with the UK. But we went to Nordegg. A Sasquatch was watching us, and then we came back here, heard a big rock knock, came back on the next expedition and saw tree breaks. So there was a Sasquatch watching us. So, but I think like the evidence is really better this year. More tracks, more amazing tree breaks, next level interactions. The nighttime was amazing with the 2 Sasquatch and the green eyes. So yeah, it's been pretty fantastic. Just in time. Hello, Melanie Young. Sarah says, I asked Ashley the other day, do you think we will coexist with Sasquatch in our lifetime?
Hope so.
I'm coexisting with them now.
Well, I mean, everyday people.
Yeah.
Not just you.
Huh. Well, every person who discovers a Sasquatch figures out their coexistence. I know what you mean, like society.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's the goal. Like, something big is going to happen.
Has to happen.
This is my game plan, is to get 100 million people on board, 100 million people across the world. So, and that's just one more piece of evidence. I need to match the Patterson footage for 2024, 2023, right? And that footage may have already been acquired. You know what I'm talking about.
I know exactly what you're talking about. Oh, so, man, we get that footage.
Not by me, but there may be a piece of footage. There is a piece of footage out there that is game-changing. And an incident that's game-changing. All my expeditioners and all my people know. There's some sick evidence. It's going to...
Oh, there we go.
We just got broken up for a second. So once my expeditions are done, which is in 4 weeks, I'm going to put that video together. I'm going to do the background on it. And I'm going to go after this like a pit bull. And it's going to be absolutely astonishing. So, I mean, watch this. Kyle, is this... So the evidence that you've seen of it, how profound it is at a scale of 1 to 10?
11.5.
Like, it's that crazy, guys. It's game changing. So, and it's coming. I stand corrected. Thanks, Todd. Oh, what did you say? Royal Creations. I'm a full-time researcher. If you want to make a donation and you can easily afford it, go to the link Andy put up there, and I would appreciate that. Hi, Todd. Joe here from Pennsylvania. Hello, Joe. How's it going, my friend? Are there mountain lions where you are?
Yeah, there are.
Absolutely. We have a full ecology out here, ladies and gentlemen. Like, there's wolves, mountain lions, bears, moose, elk, deer, pine martens. We saw a golden eagle today. Did you see that?
Yeah, I saw that on the way in.
Wow.
That was awesome.
We saw this golden eagle fly right in front of us. I rolled down my window. He was driving behind me, and I pointed, like, look, it's a golden eagle. Beautiful. Like, he was huge, right?
No, because I saw it, and I was like, that's an eagle.
That's a golden eagle, a beautiful, fully mature male golden eagle, just with his wingspan. He was absolutely gorgeous. That thing will pick up a damn near Wolverine and run with it.
Probably.
Well, damn near. Actually not, but... Todd, did you have any more contact with Claudia Ackley before passing? A little bit. An experience you had moving to Tennessee? Yes, I did. Yeah, it's all good. We're going to miss Claudia, and that's unfortunate. She passed away, or passed on. So upside down trees, what do they mean? Were they put there by... So, well, yeah. Sasquatch do upside down trees. What do you think?
It's an intimidation display. Mm-hmm. I mean, there's really no other reason than to use that many calories to rip a tree out of the ground, flip it over, and then stick it back in the hole it came from.
Yeah.
Why else? Why would somebody do that?
Well, I've never seen them do that. I've seen them rip a tree. Maybe, I don't even know if they ripped a tree out. I've just seen them take trees and upside down jam them into the ground. I don't know
not even in the root hole?
No, not in the root hole at all. Like,
that's even more impressive then.
It is. Well, especially in the Rocky Mountains out here, because you
can't go 3 inches down without hitting a rock.
That should tell you they can scan into the ground. They can actually see what's in the earth and put it in a spot where it won't get jammed up by rocks. Because it doesn't matter how much power you have. If you hit a boulder, as you're punching it down, it stops.
I would think they could feel with their feet. I'm sure they got to have somewhat sensitive feet.
No. They can literally. This is not crazy talk, ladies and gentlemen. I have evidence, significant evidence to show. What happened was they piled up 4 rocks to me in Nordegg. And within 10 meters of those 4 rocks were 4 holes between 4 inches deep and 2 feet deep. The rocks were reached in, pulled out, put up. And the expedition that I was with, luckily, was a PhD, said that's impossible. And I went, what? What's the big deal? 4 rocks that stack perfectly, that are of the right kind of size to stack. He goes, you go find 2 rocks that stack over here. I dug for 2 hours. I couldn't find 2 rocks that match.
That's because you didn't walk over the terrain and feel it with your feet.
It's 2 feet deep. in the moss. You couldn't
they're
feel it 2 feet deep.
800 pounds.
There's no way they felt that. Come on. And even how they okay,
how else would they know?
Because they can feel into the ground.
What I'm saying is not as crazy as what you're saying.
Yeah, I'm crazy though. Well, when there's no other explanation, whatever else remains, however improbable, must be the truth. These guys can scan into the ground. Dolphins can do it. They can scan into humans' bodies. Multiple occasions where they have stuff like that. Feeling with your feet, that's worse than, that's crazier than mine. Well, okay, so you're on the top of the ground.
You can't.
So you feel the earth and you go, there's a rock down there that's shaped perfectly flat.
Maybe.
By touching the surface of the earth.
It's probably not as crushy right there.
That's
I don't
cool.
know. I don't know what terminology to use.
Even
I'm going to say crushy.
Okay, that's sphagnum moss. You're never going to feel. Without thermal features on the drone, it's very difficult. This is Mitten Man Aaron. It's very difficult. There's so much to cover in addition to flight factor. I'll tell you, Mitten Man, on my last expedition with another guy who's got significant drone experience with me, we're in 100% agreement. Without thermal, you don't find nothing. Nothing. Like we actually see a deer on thermal, so we're flying over. We got a bandwidth about 300-400 yards from one side to the other. You see a little speck of heat. You go over to it and you spend like 3 minutes looking for the deer. When you know where it is, you can't find it. And you wait and you look, it goes, is that the deer? And then you hold your drone and you stop and you hold and you zoom in. And you see an ear flicker and you go, okay, there's a deer there, or there's a bear there, or whatever. Without the thermal, it would be needle in a haystack. I would never see a damn thing. Even in the opener areas, I wouldn't find that. Everything's camouflage. Like, to find these things, it would be your head would explode. Even because by the time you got the zoom in where you could see them, you'd be going over with trees, and these things go like 30 miles an hour. Like, imagine driving 30 miles an hour down the road and looking at a patch of land and seeing it whip by. You're not gonna know the same thing. So the thermal is absolutely imperative. So, you ever seen evidence of Sasquatch having a sense of humor? Yes, I've talked about that quite a few times.
They make fun of him for coughing.
Oh, right. Ooh, they call me, yeah. Speaking of my coughing, they call me ooh, ooh.
Yep.
And I've had multiple pieces of evidence of that. But I don't think that's really funny.
I think that's hysterical.
Oh.
That's great.
I've seen evidence of them being funny, though. Even just recent. Oh, God. I had a thing happen. I haven't talked about it. So I had a big thing happen. So this is paradigm shifting, ladies and gentlemen. So we know about mind speak. Telepathy is real. Universities study it. Remote viewing is real. It's real, 100%. So you don't know this. So I was walking. So this lady, she found that little love knot.
Yeah.
That's our mind blown. So we got a love knot thing over here that's mind blowing, incredible. Something incredible happened with that. Probably a Sasquatch did it. But anyways, I'm getting this Sasquatch who's mind speaking into me. And one of the expeditioners has a hat on. It looks kind of funny. Like it's.
Oh, you told me about that.
Okay.
I know about it.
But I don't know if it was the hat or the way she was walking, or I think more of just her personality more than anything. So I sat down and I just got this pure laughter joy that hurt my head. So they look at her, and the only way, so I'm telling this lady, I'm like, they think you're so funny. They think you're hilarious. They call you the funny lady. You're hilarious. And it made me actually laugh out loud. It was their emotion, not mine. I didn't even think it was funny. I didn't think her hat looked funny, to be honest. It was just kind of a toque. It's a Canadian kind of toque thing. But walking through the wilderness, the way she was, they thought it was funny. She's a nice lady. There was nothing funny for me. But I'll tell you something. I almost had to break off communication with them because it hurt my head. All the way down into here, I was in pain for like 4 hours. My head was hurting from the burst of sheer laughter that they had because they thought she was so funny. Probably the most significant piece of laughter, funny Sasquatch energy I've ever felt in my life, bar none. So it blew my mind. And
so you can't say that they're not sentient.
Yeah. Todd, cough, lunges. I have them. I'm sucking on like crazy and drinking here.
I told you people were going to call you out.
Yeah,
bro.
I'm sorry. You want me to stop? I can stop doing the live show. If you don't like the cough, I'm sorry. Just no disrespect. Stop the live show. I'm going to cough once in a while. I have to talk. My throat hurts. Todd and Kyle, Tim from Ohio. I have research areas that have an X and a tree bend next to each other. What do you think? What's your take on that?
The X's are starting to be a little bit more, they're around a lot more from what I've noticed. Like the X's, I kind of just dispelled them for a while, and then now I start to see them more often, especially here. Yeah. I'm like, there's gonna have to be something behind that.
Wait to see the pinner playground. See, it used to mean something to me, like don't go past here.
Well, it depends. I mean, if it's an X like across the trail, that would be what I would think. But in just laying on the floor or on the ground, there's an X. That I don't know what that means.
Yeah, one X meant to us indicated to go look for something that we found that was very profound evidence.
So then I guess we'll just have to run with that.
Yeah, and now when I see an X, I look around for something of significance. But there's more to them. There's more of a communication, and so if I'm going into Sasquatch habitat, this is very important. This is the coup de grace. If you want to get Sasquatch's respect really fast, you go into Sasquatch habitat. I find a trackway. I'll follow it for a short distance. Then I'll put an X over the trackway and leave it. What that says to them is they'll recognize that I'm a tracker, because wolves and bears and elk and things don't track. Most human beings can't track. I can track. I don't know if you have tracking skills or not. I can track very well, and they'll know that and recognize that. When I put an X over it, that means I'm not going to follow you home. So the next day they'll come around and get closer and interact more, and that happens very quickly. So that's a Sasquatch communication. That's how I can communicate with Sasquatch. My teacher told me that. But beyond that, there's more meaning to them than that, and I don't know what more it is. So we'll just have to keep working on it. But yeah, those are my suggestions for X. Do you think the Native Americans got their idea for the teepee from the Bigfoot?
I think they learned probably quite a lot of their stuff from the Sasquatch.
I totally agree.
I really think they have learned.
I showed you the walk, right?
The what?
I showed you the walk.
Yeah.
The thump up.
Yeah.
There's
Walking
lots of
like an elk or a deer.
No. Yeah. Elk or deer.
To mimic it, so you can walk in closer.
Back in the older days, the white people would see these Indians do this native walk. It's the way you could walk up on a deer and elk, and it really works. I believe the Sasquatch taught them that. I believe the Sasquatch have powwows. I believe in 2013, when Jeff Meldrum saw Sasquatch under my guidance, and Les Stroud has the most incredible episodes of Survivorman Bigfoot. It was actually a powwow in Nordegg. There was more Sasquatch there than I've ever seen in any place. There were dozens of them at least. So all like coming around interacting.
Yeah, and you didn't recognize any of their footprints either.
That's right. There were weird footprints going on. So so powwows, the way they walk, duck dives. The natives practice those duck dives when they do their powwows. The Sasquatch do that. So, but the term Sasquatch means wild teacher, or wilderness teacher.
Right.
That's what the natives in Squamish called Sasquatch. That's what the term meant, wild teacher. So what do you think they did? They learned from the masters of the wilderness. They learned from them, and that's very universal. And with the spiritual animal rituals and the stuff like that.
Yeah, I think that's very.
So we're just going to do a few more questions. We're going to do a short show today, guys, because we're getting rained on. Kyle's freezing. Come out, Sarah. Would love to have you. Oh, there's Ash. Hello, Ash.
Hey.
I'm going to call you right after from a nice warm spot.
You should have came out, Ash.
Yes. Oh, don't tell her that.
What? I wanted to see her. I haven't seen her in a while.
And I wanted you to come out too, actually. It sucks that you couldn't get here for this short little trip, but she'll be out on Monday. So, and we'll have a big we'll have our own powwow on Monday.
Yeah, we're going to have a powwow.
Jason will be here.
Brian will be here. Brian from Sasquatch Odyssey.
Yeah, that'll be
He's going to be here.
He'll be guiding him.
It's going to be super awesome.
Yeah.
I can't wait for him to come out.
Who knows what's going to happen is gosh, do you think there's a hotter Bigfoot research center anywhere in the world?
No.
I just don't think so, guys. Like I'm not, I don't like to be called the best or anything, but I don't think there's, you know what, publicly, like anybody, so maybe Snow Grove is a little better. Maybe someone has got something quietly, privately going on. This is not private. I take people on expedition. I take TV shows out here. I showed Survivorman. I showed Meldrum. So,
Finding Bigfoot was here too, weren't they?
Not here.
Oh,
and
Nordegg?
No, those chumps wouldn't even go off the freaking road.
Fair enough.
So it's hard. They just picked their own spot, did their own chump show. They were chumps, like total chump ass tools. They can't hike into the bush. So, and I'm gonna call a spade a spade. They were pansy ass chumps who don't go into the wilderness because you can't go in there. And that's where Bigfoot is. So, so they wouldn't come here. But anyways, it's the biggest hotspot publicly for Sasquatch / Bigfoot research in existence is out here. And I'll quote Jeff Meldrum. If indeed my Sasquatch footage is real, it is the most significant piece of Sasquatch evidence in existence. It is real. This is where I filmed the majority of it. So we're at the spot where Jeff Meldrum says the most significant piece of Sasquatch evidence in existence has been filmed. If indeed it's real.
No. prove us wrong.
Right?
If you don't believe it and you want to try to prove us wrong, come out with us.
Oh, wait, you saw a Sasquatch.
Too.
You were here when Ashley saw a Sasquatch. Yeah. You have had significant success out here. So we went to the Adirondacks and got within 30 yards of Sasquatch. When I backed up to
50 to be generous.
Yeah, I think it's 40, 30. I'd say 40 maximum. That was close, man. Okay, you got within 50 feet. I backed up, remember?
Yeah.
Within 30 feet, giggling like a little girl. Yeah. Just a couple more questions. There's talk about Sasquatch being telepathic. That is absolutely correct. This would explain a lot of their abilities, such as being evasive. What are your thoughts on this possibility? There's no possibility about it, my friend.
Legit.
I hope you might be kind of new here. Hey, well, happy to have you. They are telepathic. Like, I don't. Hell yeah! Like, that's it. That's the key. They'll feel your intent. They remote speak. They remote view. They're probably the greatest telepaths on planet Earth by far.
Well, there's been times where you and I've been together, and you'll catch something. And I don't feel it because I haven't gotten to that point yet.
Yeah.
But I'll look over at you and you just have goosebumps running up your arms and down your legs and everything. I don't know how you fake that when it's 75 degrees outside.
No. Well, even let's tell them about the rock that got thrown at us.
Oh, that was so cool.
I was being mind spoke to by Sasquatch. What did you witness?
So, let's back up a little bit because I've always wanted a rock to be thrown at me. Yeah. That was like the one thing. I've had trees pushed down around me. I've heard screams. I've had sightings. All that stuff. The one thing I haven't had was a rock thrown at me. So last year when we came out, we came out in the morning.
Yep. And we
were just like, we should go that way. So we just walked in there, and I found bunchberries, so I was immediately happy because I love bunchberries.
Oh, this story is different on my perspective. Let's have him tell his, though. Okay.
But yeah, no, so I just like knelt down and started eating bunchberries, and you knelt down like, what, 10, 15 feet away from me?
Yeah.
And you were kneeling down, not doing anything, and you were like, watch this. And I looked over at you, and all of a sudden I just heard a rock coming through the trees and laying behind you, like 10 feet behind you.
Right.
And I was like, oh, yes.
A rock got thrown.
Yep. I think it's in there still. I think it's in the camper.
The rock?
Yeah, unless somebody threw it out.
Oh, I wish you would have taken it home with you. So this is how I remember the story. So I'm mind speaking with the Sasquatch. I can feel them. I say, let's go in here. Let's go over to this spot. So I walk in and I sit down, and there's dozens and dozens of bunchberry. And Kyle goes, hey, these bunchberries are my favorite.
Love bunchberries.
Oh, well, that's why we brought you here. That's why they brought you there, because they know you love bunchberries.
Love the Sasquatch.
So he's sitting down, he's eating bunchberries, and I'm like, there's a reason he's sitting down. There's a reason we're doing this. And I sit down, and then I said something. I can't remember what it was.
Yeah, you're like, watch this.
Watch this.
And
that's
4 seconds later,
the Sasquatch put that in my head, and a rock comes whipping through. And then he tells me, for the first time, because I didn't know this, thought I always wanted a rock thrown at me. Yep. I was hoping that would happen on this expedition, and you didn't tell me that before.
No, I didn't. No.
But people will say, you want to hear something stupid? I'm going to be an idiot for a second. It was some guy in the bush.
Where?
No, there's some dude hanging out there. It was just some guy walking by that we didn't notice.
Anybody who wants to come out and say that, take a walk and see what you find out there. Tell me if you want to be out there.
I know there's a lot of... I'm just telling you guys, there's nobody here. Nobody's been around here, hiked around here in decades.
Except for us.
Yeah. Like, this place is freaking abandoned. The Porcupine Trail behind me, I think one person rode a horse down it.
Like 3 years ago?
Yeah, 3 years ago. In the past 10 years. And they might have been lost.
Yeah. Probably from...
Right? So there's no... Especially... But that was down the Porcupine Trail. We're off in the bush in the backcountry where no one has been in decades, probably 40, 50 years, because they logged in there about 50 years ago.
Well, that's recently logged.
Oh, over there.
The bare alleys.
Right, but
logged.
that's a mile and a half from here.
Yeah.
So, but anyways, that'll be the show for today, ladies and gentlemen, because Kyle's freezing up. So thank you so much for all you tuning in. Live show next week's kind of wishy-washy. I don't know where I'll be. I'll be on expedition with Ashley, so I'm gonna make it transparent. So he gets his expedition next week. Jason Shoot, that son of a amazing lady, is going up to Radium. That bugger for days. He's a beast.
So jealous.
He was up last year. He's an ice bathing monster. I have so much respect for this dude because he's the dude. He's the dude
so
out
cool.
here. He's the discovering Bigfoot dude. And my friend, if you're watching this, So much respect for you. There's going to be a video all by Jason Shoot. Jason Shoot's going up there alone. If anybody can get up there, Jason Shoot can. You want to watch a video about him? Last year we had a Sasquatch come right up on us, take up apples. It was an incredible night. He plans to duplicate that. I have nothing but respect for him. There'll be a video about Kyle going up in the next 3 frickin' days. Frickin' without frickin' lasers. He's going up to the top of Radium to kick some ass with Zach. So many, and then I'm going up with Ashley after that. That place is going to be busy, man.
Oh, yeah.
We're going to take turns. We're all going to tag team. Literally, Jason Shoot will come down the hill, pass me off the Garmin, and I'll give him a high five. He'll go into the bush a different direction. And Ashley and I will come up right behind him.
If you want to learn more about Jason, too, I did a podcast with him, so scroll back some months.
Oh, yeah. You did a podcast with
Yeah,
Jason?
I did a podcast.
That's
yeah.
so freaking cool.
Yeah.
We got to start doing that stuff again. So, and this, by the way, this is Kyle, the host of the Discovering Bigfoot podcast. So fantastic, incredible stuff to come, guys. The discovery of Bigfoot is happening all night today.
Right here.
All week. For the next weeks, for all the next 4 weeks, we're going to penetrate into the wilderness. I've got so many amazing things happening, incredible people coming out over and over and over. We're going to kill it in October. This is our month. There might be, hey, watch this. Hey! Maybe a Sasquatch. You know what?
I don't know, in the rain.
50-50. I'll give it 50-50.
So? Right.
Yeah, it's not much rain. They can handle this rain. So thank you so much for tuning in today. So much more to come. Y'all take care. Bye for now.